Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Deadly Premonition 2 und dem Beagle. Wir sind 2019 wieder angekommen und jetzt geht's weiter.
Helena Doman was the mastermind behind the entire incident. But Helena Doman was actually P.J. Clarkson's son, who had severed ties with the family.
Yep.
Helena was also known as Professor R, the mother brain behind the drug known as Sang Rouge.
That's right.
Müde.
She was responsible for everything?
Yes. Tragic, I know.
Not everything, but most of it. Almost everything went according to her plan.
But if you'd already figured out that much, why did you continue to stay in Le Carré?
Wegen Patricia.
Because we had to.
You had to.
Yeah.
Whatever for.
The goddess was still there.
The goddess.
The goddess of fertility.
Lise Clarkson's body.
Not her. She was as beautiful as a goddess. But she wasn't the goddess. She was just a tragic.
Then who is the goddess of fertility?
The person at the root of this case.
Is it some kind of metaphor? For example, the vast wealth that the red powder yielded.
The goddess of fertility embodied abundance on the outside. But on the inside, she was a hollow void. And that void was threatening to swallow up all of Le Carré. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut!
Are you okay, Mr. Morgan?
Offensichtlich nicht, aber...
Morgan almost sounds like a prophet talking about the end of the world. Vague, elusive, and intent on deceiving those who listen. But every now and then he adds an interval of truth. Patricia Clarkson is one of those. She's something special. Something irreplaceable to him. Instead of kicking your floor, perhaps it'd be wiser to invest in a soundproofing mat.
Are you irritated, Belle? Yes, of course you are. You think we lack a common human trait, and that bugs you. We're crazy. Human refuse. That's how we look to you, isn't it?
I would never go that far, but you did surprise me. Just doesn't seem like the kind of attitude one should display when in the company of others.
Yes, we're sorry. We agree with you. It just made us remember a time when that noise kept ringing out, and we couldn't stop it. That flight from Newark Liberty to Seattle Tacoma. It was the first flight we took as FBI agents. The plane was shaking violently due to turbulence. And when we looked to the side, we saw a young mother cradling a baby with a frightened look on her face. We got worried, so we spoke to her. Then the baby started crying. It was so loud, We couldn't resist plugging up our ears. And since it was so loud, the rest of the passengers started glaring at us.
Passiert?
At first, the mother and I waved our hands, trying to quiet down the baby. But our efforts were in vain. It never stopped crying. The more our anxiety levels rose, the louder its cries grew. Shrill and piercing, as if they were heralding the apocalypse. We were powerless, and the baby's mother was helplessly bewildered. Once the plane landed safely in Tacoma, the baby finally stopped crying. We heaved a sigh of relief and looked at the mother. Then she said, "Whose child is this?" We were shocked, so we asked her what was going on. Apparently, sometime after she boarded the flight, that baby randomly appeared on her lap. Then, it ordered her to call me over, and kept sitting there, as if nothing was wrong.
Also er war ja immer schrullig, aber bekloppt und irre eigentlich nicht.
Can you believe that, Belle? Bizarre, isn't it? While we were talking, the baby disappeared. The being responsible for all that loud, grating noise simply disappeared without a trace. Ever since then, whenever I hear a baby crying, I remember that bizarre experience. Well, what do you think, my fairy? Was it some sort of sign?
The logs in the center look far more burnt compared to the rest. Almost looks like they were used in conjunction with some kind of accelerant. Did you recently burn something there?
It's our fireplace. We're free to use it as we please.
Das stimmt.
I see traces of resin, which leads me to believe you burned up some sort of toxic substance. It doesn't matter what kind of fireplace you have. Burning anything other than firewood in it is dangerous. Next time, don't burn it up at home. Dispose of it like you would any other non-burnable refuse. Especially if it was something like a smartphone or a USB memory stick.
Non-burnable refuse like a smartphone? Let's be serious here, Belle. That's exactly the sort of data one needs to thoroughly immolate. Remember what you learned at Quantico.
Ja, was haben sie denn Quantico gelernt?
By the way,
Ich bleib mich mal kurz aus, meine Lieben.
you're still searching for Patricia, yes?
You don't need to worry about that.
Ist aber besorgt.
We're investigating. In fact, we've almost reached our goal. We just need to find some conclusive evidence.
Oh, we sincerely hope that's the case. Hard to believe, though. After all, so far you've just been barking up the wrong tree.
Barking up the wrong tree.
That's right. You shouldn't be wasting time here. You should be out there, looking for...
Then I'll just ask you straight away. Do you...
No. We don't. but we can feel her when we close our eyes and become one with the world. It's very faint, but we can see her. We can see Patricia.
Are you trying to distract me again? Or do you really expect me to believe you're clairvoyant or something?
What do you think we are, X-Men? It's metaphysical offender profiling.
He actually asked me where Patricia is? Does he have full confidence that we'll never find her? Fine. I can deal with that. I'll just ask him everything I can about the Le Carré case.
By the way, how did the FBI find Lisa's body? After 14 whole years.
That's none of your business.
Are you saying they just happened to be investigating the Clarksons' cold storage warehouse by pure chance? That there was some undercover terrorism plot afoot there?
I said it's not.
Well, then we'll just have to guess. It was an anonymous tip. A tip related to Saint Rouge. Did we hit the nail on the head, Belle? But that's not what we want to know about. After all, the FBI gets hundreds of tips every day. Right, my fairy? Here's what we really want to know. Why, out of all those tips, would you tell us that much, Belle? What urged you to make a beeline straight for this case?
That's none of your business. So you think Galena was murdered by Helena Doman, her own brother?
No, not her.
Hmm.
Galena was someone else.
Then who killed her?
It's written in the report, isn't it?
Yes, but I'm asking you. Would you mind answering me in your own words?
Na, ich weiß ja nicht.
You see, I find your entire story highly suspicious.
It's a complicated matter. Extremely complicated.
Don't let him draw you into his game. Stay calm, Aaliyah Davis. The future influences the present just as much as the past. You asked me why I spent an entire 2 days observing you before I came to speak with you. Well, here's why. Over those 49 hours, I observed the intervals between your actions. When you were neither doing something nor doing nothing. I intently studied your intervals between action to action, and action to inaction, to action. People reveal everything during the intervals between their actions. For example, when you eat alone versus eating with someone else. The most prominent differences always appear when someone either begins or finishes eating a meal. And since these are unconscious actions, they can't be consciously hidden. When you prepare to eat or finish eating, when you move in to clean up, when you pick up a book or close one, when you raise a cup of coffee to your lips. Human actions speak volumes. Not even the person doing the actions is conscious of them. That's what lies in those intervals. That's my modus operandi. And here's the conclusion it helped me reach. There's one other person in this house, isn't there?
You're incredible. You outdid all our expectations. Impressive, to say the least. You're right, Bill. But only half right.
Half?
You should still be proud, though. Honestly, we never thought you'd make it this far. You've got real talent.
Was das jetzt?
Most of what you say... If this goes to court, I won't let you claim that your testimony is inadmissible just because of your little indulgence there.
Fine by us. We can even put it in writing if you want. We won't run or hide. Will we, my fairy? Where's the paper? I know I had it around here somewhere. Where is it? We're fine.
Hey, everything okay? What's going on out here? Oh, don't tell me.
He's just suffering from nausea. I was more worried about you. You were in there for quite some time.
Yeah, sorry. Ever since you got here, I've been all backed up.
Mr. Morgan, can you stand?
Oh. Is this a sign from the coffee? What could it be? What is it trying to tell me? Think.
Is that a dragonfly?
Mein Kaffee kann das nicht.
Footsteps. Big footsteps. Footsteps. Big footsteps.
Some odd fella was following her around. Stalking her like.
That poor girl, Lise, she was a druggie. And she was into the really bad stuff.
The Red Soul has the power to amplify the unique characteristics we all possess. Mentally and physically. That's why I created the holy red powder.
You okay? Hey.
We're fine. Just feeling a little tired. Would you take us to get our medicine?
Sure. It's...
Den werden wir auch immer gut los, ne?
Seems like he's calmed down a little. We should let him rest for a while.
One more step and I could have cornered Morgan. But so be it. I can still keep investigating even if the owner of this chair isn't present. Simon Jones, what a piece of work. How can anyone have such bad timing? Why do you think he's trying to survive so badly? What does he hope to achieve?
What do you mean?
He who has a why to live can bear almost any how.
No more Nietzsche. Please, just stop. I feel like my ears are gonna start bleeding.
Und der ist beim FBI, ja?
Hey, Agent Jones. Want to know why I love Nietzsche's quotes so much?
Sure.
I first discovered Nietzsche in a shelter after Katrina. At the time, I was shell-shocked, hopeless. I wanted to die. How could a 13-year-old girl go on living alone with her little brother? Then, in that shelter, I met a college professor. His school was damaged by the hurricane, too, and got closed down. He also lost his family and was living there in the shelter just like me. So we gradually started spending more time together. I'll never forget the 3 months I spent with him. He loved Nietzsche. And out of all of Nietzsche's quotes, there was one from Thus Spoke Zarathustra that he repeated over and over again. Better know nothing than half know many things. Better be a fool on one's own account than a sage on other people's approbation. I thought it was a strange quote to hear from a college professor, you know? Why would he think it would be good to be a fool? But I understand what he meant now. He was trying to encourage my little brother and I.
Ach so.
So that we'd be able to
Komisches
bear the weight of the victim label that was about to be slapped onto us. So that we could go on respecting ourselves without ever succumbing to all the patronizers. After that, my grandmother in Lafayette took us in. And that was the last time I ever saw the professor. But whenever I quote Nietzsche, my memories of him come flowing back into my mind.
Ach, schön für dich.
And they give me the power I need to keep pressing on. So I'm gonna keep quoting Nietzsche.
Oh,
Ich muss sagen, die
see.
2019-Passagen
Yeah.
sind mir einfach zu lang.
I think I get it. Nietzsche is to you what pizza is to me.
Boah, den möchte ich an die Wand kloppen.
Sorry for giving you a hard time about it. You are free to go on quoting him whenever you want, of course.
Hätte sie auch so
I
gedurft,
won't
du
say another
Affe.
word.
Agent Jones, what the hell is wrong with you? How dare you compare Nietzsche with pizza?
Oh, come on.
Nee, nix, come on, du Affe. Wie kann sowas beim FBI landen? Unglaublich.
Shouldn't you look after him?
I gave him his meds and let him rest.
Let him rest where?
In the bathtub. It happened to have a blanket and a pillow in it.
What? But why?
I don't know. Maybe he sleeps in the tub. I feel like I saw that once in some vampire movie.
I don't know what you're talking about. More importantly, how long has he been like that?
It's stage 4 cancer. He's had it for a while now.
No. I'm talking about his face. It looks as white as a sheet. You can even see all his veins. I've never heard of any cancer side effect like that.
Dass Menschen blass werden? Oh, come on.
Who knows? But now that you mention it, he started going really crazy around the beginning of December.
In what way?
He changed pizza places.
This better not be another joke.
It's not, really. It's not. Before December, he always used to order delivery from a Chicago-style joint all the way up near Medford. But one day, he took one look at one of their trademarked red boxes and totally lost it.
Red, huh?
You better believe it. He started screaming gibberish at the pizza boy. Next thing I know, I see him toss the pizza box out his window.
Do you think that's when his fear of red began surfacing more prominently?
Beats me. I mean, there isn't a better Chicago-style pizza place that delivers around this area.
Junge, das ist nicht der... Oh Gott, ist der dumm.
How could someone give up on that just because they don't like the box? I don't get it.
Were you serious for even a fraction of that story?
Let me get one thing straight. You started this investigation based on an anonymous tip, right? What kind of a tip was it? Phone or mail?
What does that matter at this point?
This may surprise you, but these kinds of details really eat me up inside. I always get hung up on the most insignificant of details, especially during the most vital times. For example,
Ja. Jetzt kommt's.
you know how people go to bed early the night before they have a big job?
Das macht man
That's
so.
exactly the time where I start focusing on meaningless nonsense.
Herzlichen
When did I
Glückwunsch.
last clip my nails? How long is my milk good for? I just can't help myself. I can't resist the need to know. It's just the way I am.
Das ist ein komischer Typ.
It was sent in an envelope. Postmarked December 28th, sent out from Louisiana.
What did it have inside?
A postcard and
Oh,
a
sorry,
note.
Leute, da bin ich jetzt auf den Knopf gekommen.
What did it say?
Investigate the Clarksons. F.K.
That's it?
Yes, that's it.
That's it.
Who's FK?
Anonymous tip, remember? It's obviously just a fake name.
Did you confirm that?
Of course I did. Louisiana has a population of 4.5 million. The FBI database has a list of 6,682 individuals whose initials are FK. 1 out of every 6 individuals is a child under the age of 14, born after 2005. The remaining 5,500 people include those whose initials changed after they married or incarcerated individuals. After subtracting those, I was left with 3,800. That's when I stopped searching for FK, and I decided to change up my approach. It isn't important where the tip came from. All that matters is solving the case. I got this far by taking the most efficient route possible. Are you satisfied now?
Yeah. Thanks. I feel a lot better now. Yep, it all checks out.
The letter that was delivered to me bore the Clarkson symbol. A postcard decorated with a dragonfly, the mark of the Clarkson family. A single sheet of paper ordering me to investigate the Clarksons. And...
Nee, ich möchte gerne, Nee. Ich komme nicht mehr auf den letzten da unten. Nee, shit, ey.
Ready to spill the beans, Aaliyah?
I'm afraid of thunder. Happy now?
Katrina? All right, I'll stop.
Good.
No. Hold on. Now that I think about it, that doesn't What I'm looking for is more, how should I say it? Adorable? You know, something that would make you blush. This guy... Please, I'm begging you.
I love koalas.
Oh, aber das ist doch keine Schwäche.
All I need to do is look at a picture of one and Fuzzy Wuzzy swim all over me. I mean, the way they look, the way they're shaped, the color of their fur, I mean, even down to how they only eat eucalyptus. I just love everything about them. Once I get some time off, I'm gonna travel to Australia and hug one for real. That's one of the top 5 goals on my lifetime to-do list right now. This conversation never happened, is that understood?
So, why did you decide to take this case?
Because it's my job.
Really? I don't buy it.
Why not?
You aren't just following orders here. You've got way too much emotion invested in this. Some kind of special emotion. There's no use trying to hide it. Despite how I may look, data analysis is my forte. I know how to see through lies. I don't mean to be nosy, but would it kill you to confide in me a little? I didn't manage to live this long simply because I'm fiendishly handsome. And
Oh, sorry.
we're going to be tiptoeing across a thin line of legality with the rest of this case, so I'd prefer to have some probable cause. That way, at least I can back you up when you need me to.
There exists in the world a single path along which no one can go except you. Whither does it lead? Do not ask. Go.
You're pulling out Nietzsche at a time like this? Come on.
I have a little brother. After overdosing on a certain drug, he's been clean for 2 years now, but he still won't utter a single word. All day long, he's plagued by hallucinations. He can't tell if he's dead or alive, if this is reality or if it's all a dream.
Sang Rouge.
That's right. The doctor can't tell what's causing his condition, so they can't treat him. He just told me to prepare for the possibility that I may never get my brother back. This was his. I bought it for him after he graduated high school and found a job. He never got a single chance to wear it, though. Someday, I believe that he'll get better, and I'll get to see him put this on and head out to work.
So you think that if we nab the person behind all this, we may figure out how to conquer the addiction?
Right.
You really think it'll be that easy?
I don't know. But I can't just sit around and do nothing. He's the only family I have in the entire world.
What about your parents?
When I was only 13, Katrina took him, leaving my 7-year-old brother and I behind.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I've already dealt with my past. Now I'm just working as hard as I can to complete the duty I've been given.
Yeah.
Hey, Agent Jones, I just want to double-check one thing. You didn't find anything in the bathroom.
Nope. Nothing in there.
It must be the bedroom then. Just like...
Are you serious about this?
Huh? Now you're having second thoughts?
Well, not exactly.
Then what?
I understand how you feel. But he's got an incurable disease. And he used to be one of us.
So? The truth he's given us so far could all be completely fabricated. He's a genius lone wolf agent who solved nothing but difficult cases during his years of active duty. That's what they told me at Quantico, at least. over and over again. I had to listen to them talk about how no one could ever replicate the kind of work he did.
Was ja auch wahr ist.
But let's be real here. You saw his face, didn't you? It was inhuman. It looked like the face of a killer who's been possessed by death. Patricia Clarkson is here, in the next room. Only a single wall away from us. After 14 years, he went back to Le Carré, kidnapped her, and imprisoned her here. He's trying to complete something big right now. Something that's deeply connected to Saint Rouge.
Haben wir es jetzt endlich geschafft? Leute, die Folge geht schon 1 Stunde. Wow.
What is all this?
Der Fall hat ihn mitgenommen. Na, von mir aus schauen wir uns mal hier um.
Pictures of people from Le Carré.
Kann man da schon sehen, wer noch stirbt?
And this wall is dedicated to Greenvale.
Emily ist gar nicht da drauf, oder? Nee, Emily ist irgendwie nicht dabei. Oder da oben könnte Emily sein, ich bin mir
All
nicht
the
sicher.
deceased have been
Upsala,
crossed out.
Da bin ich voll gegens Mikro gekommen. Oh, ich musste mich aber anders hinsetzen. Die 1 Stunde war jetzt echt lang.
Sheriff Melvin Woods.
Okay.
Lise Clarkson? Where's Patricia?
That's our altar. What are you doing?
Was fährt der denn für einen Film? Oh mein Gott, Leute, wir haben die 2019er Sequenz geschafft. Die sind mir eindeutig viel zu lang, Leute, viel zu lang. Kann man ja froh sein, wenn man nicht dabei aus Versehen wegnickert. Oh. War jetzt kein Scherz. Wenn man sowieso schon müde ist und dann immer nur A drücken muss, dann, man weiß dann auch einfach nicht, was man dazu sagen soll, sondern so, ja, labert mal, ist okay, dann habe ich halt 1 Folge lang nichts zu tun. Eine Überlänge-Folge auch noch. ...2005. Wir sind wieder da. La Carré, Louisiana. Red Seed, sag ich doch.
York! Agent York! York! Agent York! York! Agent York! Hey! Agent York!
Ah, ist eine Filmsequenz.
Agent York?
Ach komm.
Hey! Hey, Agent York.
You're Lise Clarkson.
What's wrong? You're acting weird.
Sorry, Patty, I'm fine now. More importantly, do these red seeds come from some kind of plant that grows around this area?
I don't know. What do I look like, a botanist?
This isn't your average backwoods town. The Clarksons' ego and control has been piercing the town's heart like a massive dinosaur bone. But over this past century, time has been busy eroding the beast's power from within. And now, the very thing that once fortified this town is polluting it with putrid gas and rotten marrow. Zach, this is the point where it all collapses.
Kann ich jetzt irgendwie mal einen Cut setzen? Please, Game. Oh Gott, endlich, Leute. Eine Mission wurde gestartet. Die werden wir aber nächstes Mal angehen. Ich wünsche euch einen wunderschönen guten Tag und haut rein.